As one of the few people of your stature who have kind of vocally come out on the side of downloads, is it that? Do you see downloads as a kind of loss leader, maybe too strong of a word, but a way for artists to connect more easily and then be able to monetize their passion through their other materials? Is that where you fall on downloads?
Yes, I mean, at this point in time, I started another company in 1998, sorry, getting a bit dyslexic, 1998, and it's been a difficult period, an extraordinary period over the last 5, 6 years. So I don't have any artists signed to my company who are selling 2, 3, 4, 5 million copies. So I can certainly afford to be very positive about peer-to-peer, downloading, etc. Why? Because it's an incredibly efficient way of getting music out there. Before you'd have to, manufacture a lot, you'd have to ship them to people, they'd pile up on people's desks, they'd never hear them. Now, they go everywhere in the world at no cost. So, maybe if you have somebody who's only selling 30, 40,000 records, maybe they'll sell 10, 20 instead of 30, 40. That doesn't matter to anybody. It's well worth it to get their name out there and get what they're doing out there and get it heard. So in that respect, I'm very much for it. I think it would probably be harder to defend if I did have an artist who was selling 5 million records 3 or 4 years ago and was making a record of similar importance and relevance, and they only sold 2 or 3 now because that top end is taken off. The majors are really suffering now. They're suffering big time because you see their whole process is, like I said earlier, sign something, pay a huge amount of money for everything, to sign them, to beat the other guys, to make the video, to do this, to do that, to do the other. And if they get it right, the top is creamed off because with downloading, a lot of revenue is lost. There's no question. A lot of revenue is lost off the big hits. So they no longer, if they have something which was, let's say, Usher's record, I don't know what it sold, let's say it sold 8 million copies or something. That maybe you've sold 10 or 12 million copies. Well, that extra 2 or 4 million copies is $20 to $40 million of revenue that the company is not getting, which covers all the other problems they have. So what they're doing now, they're all stripping back the overhead. But all of it is little people who make all the difference, actually. The sales guy, the local sales guy here, or the local promotion person there. The people with the big salaries are still staying there. It's just the little guys are getting cut out. And so the result is now they're really not effective at all. Whereas before you say, well, the good thing about a major, they have a couple of people in this city and a couple of people in that city who can do. They don't have them anymore. They don't have anybody. They're like an empty shell.
So it's got to change completely, you think, before it gets better?
I think so, but I think independence. I think independence will change it. Independence and the use of the internet for distribution of information and of the product itself.
The innovation will always come from the independent field, right?
Well, it always has, because if somebody's struggled all their way in the top of the company, there's no upside for them to come up with something new, is there? I mean,